Good morning. Russian troops have been seen in the Ukrainian capital Kyiv as they continue their advance across the country. Video has emerged of tanks on the streets of the city and gunfire has been reported close to government buildings. Russian forces have been making their way towards the capital since crossing into Ukraine from Russia, neighbouring Belarus and from Russian-controlled Crimea. This is the scene right now in Kyiv, where there have been a series of rocket attacks starting before dawn. The Ukrainian government says at least 33 civilian sites have been struck. Our correspondent John Ray has the latest.
With mastery of the skies, on the ground, Russian forces advance. These images show armoured vehicles on the move, apparently close to the centre of Kyiv itself, where they awoke this morning to more sirens and to more missile attacks, and to this warning from what may well turn out to be their last democratically elected president for a while.
This morning we are defending our country alone. Just like yesterday, the most powerful country in the world looked on from a distance. Russia was hit with sanctions yesterday, but these are not enough to get these foreign troops off our soil. Only through solidarity and determination can this be achieved.
He praised the bravery of Ukrainian soldiers who have resisted with courage. A fierce battle raged at this military school, but Moscow claims to have destroyed more than 70 military bases. To the southeast, the port city of Mariupol has come under repeated attack. Putin has lost his senses, says this man. And here, despite Russian denials, civilians also find themselves in the firing line. In a basement, families take shelter. A conflict from the history books brought terrifyingly to life. I don't want to die, this little girl says simply. I just want it to end. Western powers insist that on day one, Russia failed to take all the objectives they set themselves. But with Russian tanks closing in, how long can Ukraine hold out? John Ray, ITV News.
Well, let's get the latest now from our Europe editor, James Mates, who is in Kyiv for us. James, what have you seen and heard?
Well, as you saw in John's report there, the sirens, the air raid sirens have been going off more or less continuously since very early this morning, and there's been signs of small arms fire coming from the northern districts of Kyiv. Now, it's not clear what's happened there. It does seem to be a raid, whether this is to test the local defences or whether this is a serious attempt to push right through here to the central government district of Kyiv. The day will probably reveal also the ability of the Ukrainian defenders to keep them out. We have seen a lot of troops running around on the streets here. There's a big military barracks near us carrying boxes of ammunition and then heading, one assumes, towards the fight. Clearly, this is a decapitation strategy. We saw it yesterday with the attempt to take the airfield here, and we're seeing it again today to bring the war to a quick end by capturing and imprisoning, if necessary, the current leadership of Ukraine.
OK, James in Kyiv, thank you. Let's get some reaction from here. Our political correspondent Daniel Hewitt is in Downing Street. And Daniel, you've been speaking to the Defence Secretary. What did he have to say?
That's right, correct. You were speaking to Ben Wallace this morning. I think he was attempting to downplay, to undermine the success so far of that Russian invasion on day one. He said the assessment of British intelligence services was so far that the Russians had failed to take a single objective on day one, had lost 450 of its own military personnel. Now, how long that assessment stands up, given what we're seeing in Ukraine over the next few hours, obviously only time will tell, really. He defended the UK's decision to not implement a no-fly zone over Ukraine. He said, we will not put British fighter jets up against Russian fighter jets, which would cause a war in Europe. This afternoon, the Prime Minister Boris Johnson will be speaking to fellow NATO leaders virtually here from Downing Street.
Daniel, thank you. That is it for now. We are back with another update in an hour. You can get the latest, of course, on our website, itv.com/